Good evening. My name is Dr. Dorian Chang Collini, and I'm a practicing pediatrician.
I apologize for mispronouncing your name several times.
No problem. It's a common occurrence. I've been in pediatric practice for 22 years now. One of the most pleasant parts of my job is meeting newly pregnant couples for what's called a prenatal interview. Parents get to meet me, their baby's pediatrician, and I meet them. One thing that always strikes me about these meetings is that other than the obvious happy anticipation surrounding the meeting, there is a certain amount of trepidation, and yes, even a certain amount of fear. The newly pregnant mom and dad, if both are present, have concerns and also a certain amount of self-doubt. They're wondering such things as, will I be able to do this? Will I be a good parent? Will the baby be okay? There are numerous questions that come up in these meetings. Reassurance and answers are provided to the best of my ability, yet the journey is only beginning, as we know. These parents have said yes to their baby, despite their inexperience, and yes, their fear of the unknown. Eventually, however, after the birth of the baby, the fear is replaced with joy and happy anticipation at watching their child grow and develop. The smiles on these moms and dads' faces are what make my job such a wonderful one. In contemplating the legislative bills before us that attempt to lessen restriction on abortion, I wonder, why are we trying to decrease limits and restrictions on the abortion procedure? It isn't something that we should take lightly. After all, it's a scientific fact that the fetal heart begins beating at 3 weeks of life. That's 22 days of life. And is detected by ultrasound at 5 weeks. It's a scientific fact that the sensory nervous system in a baby begins to develop at 7 weeks, and pain is definitively felt at 20 weeks gestation, if not earlier. The science is still revealing more about pain sensation in the fetus. What is driving the need to make abortion even more common, as these laws definitely will, rather than rare? Is it not unhealthy and unfounded fear? Fear that the federal law will be overturned even before this has been debated or even proposed. But is the answer really to allow fully developed babies to be aborted? To allow pregnant minors to have an abortion without telling their parents? To allow non-MD providers to do abortion procedures they have not been previously trained to do? All of these solutions carry with them far greater risks to pregnant women, both physically and psychologically. There are reasons we try to limit the abortion procedure. The abortion procedure is not, and I repeat, is not reproductive health. Reproductive health implies a positive outcome. A mother and her aborted infant do not have a positive or healthy outcome. For the mom, it's a burden to be born throughout her life. The hormonal, chemical, and biological connection between a pregnant woman and her baby are deeply embedded. Every woman who has had a baby or been pregnant knows this fact. That is why a baby in the womb kicks and moves in response to its mother. The abrupt disruption of this bond via the abortion procedure is traumatic, not healthy. It is tragic, sad, and for the baby, a barbaric mutilation, but never healthy. I have seen the alternative to the abortion choice. Rhode Island has some wonderful support systems in place for pregnant moms who lack support and are fearful about carrying their baby to term. Mother of Life Center, for example, in Providence provides pregnancy testing, ultrasounds, nursing care, counseling, and parenting classes after the baby is born. They accompany a pregnant woman on her journey and long after the birth of her child. The Little Flower Home and Bethany Ministries provides homes and family mentors for pregnant women lacking supports long after the baby is born. Friends of mine have provided a home for desperate homeless pregnant moms many times, and one of the requirements is that the mom and baby remain with the mentor family for at least 3 months after the birth of the baby. The Safe Home, as it's called, and a social worker combined provides shelter, food, and support, long after the birth of the baby. As we know, these kinds of supports were once unavailable to pregnant women who were uncertain and desperate regarding their pregnancies. In America, the stigma of being an unwed mother has been replaced by empathy, compassion, and multiple social services made available to them. Science has shown us the facts about human development in the womb. How can we negate these facts? The clump of cells theory is as obsolete as the publicly shamed unwed mother. Should we not move forward toward a culture of life, hope, positivity, and appropriate care for all pregnant women and their infants, whatever their circumstances, whatever their fears? Helping women protect their unborn babies should be our mission. Helping them to overcome their fears, helping dads to take responsibility. Aren't these our missions as a society? Let's do the right thing as a state. We all know what that is. Let that be our choice, to let babies live. Thank you.
Any questions for the witness? Thank you. Rabbi, you're next, and I see the mayor's come in. Mayor, you can come forward. I'm sorry, you have a question?
I'd like to ask the doctors one question.
Yeah.
Sure.
Do you have any statistics on just how many abortions are performed in Rhode Island per year?
I do not have that number, but
2,800 was the last statistic that we got. I just know the 60 million number, which is, I guess, globally or just in the United States? United States.